Hey, what is up guys? Welcome to the first episode of my new series, Madden Training 101, where we'll take an in-depth look at various mechanics, features, and improvements to gameplay, and compare and contrast them to previous games in the series and examine how closely they reflect the game of football. Today, we'll be covering the wide 9 technique. Now, we hear this term a lot while watching games on Sunday, but what exactly is the wide 9 technique? And what are the ramifications of its implementation in Madden? To start, the wide 9 technique refers to the two defensive ends alignment alongside the line of scrimmage. Rather than lining up directly over or shaded inside or outside of the offensive lineman, here the end lines up outside of the tight end or a few yards off the tackle. Teams like the Eagles or the Lions or even Michigan State in college football have employed a wide 9 technique as a way to maximize the pass rush. By isolating the ends, they have a more direct path to the backfield and they work on an island one-on-one against the tackle in space. The alignment allows for quicker, faster, and generally slightly smaller defensive ends to better leverage their athleticism against opposing tackles who are bigger but slower. Therefore, the additional space for the ends affords greater room to maneuver past the tackles and causes these massive tackles to overextend their weight, theoretically generating increased pressure in the backfield. At the same time, certain schemes utilize the wide 9 as a way to contain the edge and force the ball inside on run plays. So let's take a look back at Madden 25 and see how the ends played in the wide 9. First, the alignment looks good. The weak side end is lined up just a few yards outside the tackle, but the problems arise once the ball is snapped, indicating that the logic behind the alignment is severely flawed. Instead of using a track-like stance to turn upfield immediately and utilize the additional space to his advantage, the end here engages with the tackle head-on, negating the natural advantage that playing off the tackle gives to the defender. In a more egregious example, the end turns inside immediately, giving up contain on the edge and losing all leverage on the outside. The quarterback never sees pressure from the end and is consequently never forced to step up in the pocket. Essentially, the alignment of the wide 9 ends in Madden 25 was never accompanied with realistic AI, entirely devaluing this front's worth. But now let's take a look back at some of the footage from Madden NFL 15. Here, the Saints come out in their 3-3-5 personnel, with their sandbacker actually coming down to play the wide 9. Again, alignment is solid, outside the shoulder of the tight end. And when the ball is snapped, the end maintains outside leverage by engaging the outside part of the tight end's shoulder and continuously engages that tight end, riding him towards the backfield while also setting the edge of the defense. However, in reality, defensive ends lining up wide 9 will immediately turn upfield and run around the edge, but here number 93 hesitates and instead of rushing upfield, actually sets the edge. Wide 9 defensive ends are used purely to pass rush, and it's up to the linebackers and defensive tackles to make up for the extra gap space conceded by the ends. While the wide 9 here exhibits certain defensive responsibilities, it's not an authentic wide 9 defense. That being said, the animation that occurs as the end rides the arc suggests two very important things, although, again, it certainly doesn't reflect a real wide 9 defense. One, by maintaining outside leverage, the end contains the playside edge, forcing the ball carrier inside. Two, the animation sequence unfolds organically. In years prior, the defensive lineman would engage in a standstill with the offensive lineman. Here we see animations play out simultaneously with player movement. And once the ball carrier crosses the end, number 93 is able to appropriately disengage thanks to his ability to maintain outside leverage by keeping his outside shoulder free. He seals the edge and the running back makes the poor decision of keeping perpendicular to the line of scrimmage, and is finally taken down by the cornerback who acts as the forced defender on the play. But we'll save the concept of a forced defender for a different video on a different day. So, there you have it. We've taken a look at the wide 9 technique, analyzed how it's to be utilized in real life, how it's been employed in past Maddens, and now how it's been improved through enhanced AI and technological improvements that allow for upper body animations to occur separately from player movement. The result is a much more aesthetically appealing line interaction that is backed by AI that more closely mimics what you see on Sundays and lends increased depth to the strategy in the trenches. At the same time, however, this is not yet a true wide 9 defense. In future iterations, these ends need to get upfield immediately and rush the quarterback. Wide 9 defenses can be successful against the run, but that's more dependent on the tackles and the backers. So, that's it for this week. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Follow my channel during the weeks leading to release for more meticulous Madden analysis and critique. Madden NFL 15 arrives on August 26th for the Xbox One, PS4, PS3, and Xbox 360. Finally, if you liked the video, please drop a like, and if you really liked it, subscribe for weekly gaming content. And with that, once again, I'm out.